Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. Ours is a place where dreams take flight, voices are heard, and stories are shared. This is where cultures meet, connections are formed, and ideas are transformed into action. This is your destination for authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives, and meaningful conversations. We're where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover our world of education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our USA Global TV channel and download our USA Global TV app. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. With heartfelt thanks to our executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, music scored by Yifei Tang from Cloud Road Music, creative direction by Paul Garcia, and I'm Al Cini, and I'm very proud to be part of the USA Global TV and Radio family. So join us here at USA Global TV and Radio. Make us your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Thank you for being a part of our global community. Let's inspire together.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Intentional Productivity Tips. I am Megan. I am your very favorite strategic productivity partner, and I want to thank you for joining me today on Intentional Productivity Tips. You are watching me on USA Global TV and Radio's YouTube channel, where please remember to like, subscribe, and even be notified when new episodes drop. I am here today a little bit early. Normally I'm here every Thursday at 2 p.m., but I am here a little early and I am excited for that. I am excited for what we're going to talk about today. Well, you know, I'm excited every week because I love talking about productivity, but I am also very excited about today because I think it's going to be a helpful day for you. Let's get started with a question. Have you been feeling overwhelmed lately? Have you been feeling overwhelmed by your days, by your tasks, or by your emails? Good news. If that's the case, I have 2 productivity shifts that are going to help you take control of your day. And that is what we are looking at today. So let's get started and let's look a little bit at 2 simple productivity shifts to take control of your day. What we are going to be doing today is we are going to be talking about 2 productivity tips. So we are going to we're going to do a real productivity check. Then after that, we're going to do a practical productivity shift number 1. We're going to talk about that. Then we're going to do a daily control productivity check. And then we're going to do practical shift number 2. So what we're going to do is I've got a quiz for you, and then I've got a shift to fix your productivity issue right there. What do you think? Something you can gain? Again, question for you. Have you been feeling overwhelmed with your productivity lately? If the answer is yes, it is understandable. There is more that we are supposed to do today. We have access to more information than ever. The world is faster than ever. So it only makes sense that our productivity needs to change and improve with the times. So before we talk about solutions, one of the things we need to do is we need to get honest about what's actually happening in your day. Before we talk solutions, we need to get honest about what's actually happening in your day. In order to do that, we are going to start today. We are going to do 2 where did my time go activities. They are easy. You don't have to move. We are watching the Olympics right now. There are no triple axels or anything involved. This is a very easy time reality check for you that we are going to do. What I'm going to do right now. So question for you is, where has your time gone? This is a time reality check. So I have 4 questions that I'm going to ask you. They're easy questions. I'm going to ask you the question and you're going to answer with either a yes, no, or maybe so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask these 4 questions. You're going to answer yes, no, or maybe so. And then at the end, we're going to come back and we're going to look at, are you in control of your time? So 4 questions. Question number 1 for you to consider. I assign time estimates before committing tasks. Do you do this yes, no, or maybe so? You assign time estimates before committing to tasks. Yes, no, maybe so. Question 2. My calendar shows both meetings and focused work. My calendar shows meetings and focused work. Is that a yes, a no, or a maybe so. Question 3, halfway through, question 3. I know how many real working hours I have today. How many real hours I want to work today? Yes, no, maybe so. Question 4. I can tell if my task list actually fits in the time available. Is that yes? Is that no? Or is that maybe so? So we have just asked 4 questions. You have the option of 2 yeses. You could have, that did not make sense at all. Let me really start with that one. So we just asked 4 questions and you either answered yes, no, or maybe so to those questions. These questions are all about your time and how you take control of your time. So what I want for you to do is now answer the question, how many yeses did you have? How many no's and how many maybe so's? So let's talk about how to use these results, right? So what we want to do is we want to look at the fact that if we don't have time estimates, we don't have information on our calendars, if we have more no's, what we want to do when we're looking at our questions is this is beginning to show us where is our time going. If I don't know how much work time I have today, well, who knows where it's going? It's going to go wherever the day takes me until midnight, right? So what we want to do is we want to answer those questions and we want to ask ourselves, yes, no, or maybe so. Do we have time tracking techniques for ourselves? What we want to do is we want to look at those answers and we want to start prioritizing. What do we want to fix? We want to start with the no's. Then we want to look at the maybe so's and the yeses. Because what we've just done is we've just started to identify for ourselves, how do we track our time? How do we take care of our time? And in this case, I'm not talking about, there are times when we talk about time tracking and it has to do with corporate or different projects or work and we're like, I don't want to do time tracking. That is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is how can we take control of our time and our day by knowing how much time we have? That's the first productivity shift we can make to take control of our day, is to know where our time is. One of the things when we're talking about productivity shifts, it is important to remember every system is perfectly designed to get the results it gets. So when we're talking about our day and our time, it's important for us to remember when we're talking productivity shifts, it's important for us to remember every system is designed to get the results it gets. So if we have a positive system, it's going to get positive results. If we have a crap system, it's going to get crap results. Pretty self-explanatory. So let's look at this. And when we're talking about systems, now let's ask ourselves, okay, so if we're talking about the first productivity shift, and the first productivity shift is being able to be in control and know where our time is, my first productivity shift and recommendation to you is to start adding task time to all of your tasks and projects. Now, there are a few of you who are going to be like, oh, Megan, I can't do that. That is too much. You do not know how busy I am. You do not know how important I am. I can't do that. True story. I actually had a client tell me that. So I didn't even have to make that one up. But I have had clients and people who have told me I am too busy to start adding task time. And that is when I say, my friend, you are so busy that adding task time is going to make the change you need. This is the productivity that is going to give you power. So let's talk about, what do I mean by adding task time? Let's look at this. So productivity shift number 1 is that we need to add task time so we're aware of our time in our day. So what's really happening is most days feels overloaded because tasks exist without any time attached. The shift that we are going to make right now, we are no longer just going to put tasks on our list without adding task times. The shift, before we commit to completing a task, we're going to give the task a rough time tag. Now, I'm not saying that you need to do a whole lot of investigation, but most tasks we look at and we know, and here are the tags that I'm going to assign, and I'll explain to you why afterwards. So when you are committing or agreeing to a task, before you're going to agree to it, before you put it on your task list, your project management plan, whatever list you've got, or maybe even it's an envelope, wherever you have that you're tracking your tasks, what you want to start doing is adding task time next to it. And you want to add it with these tasks: under 15 minutes, 30 to 60 minutes, 1 to 2 hours, a half day, or a full day. People I've worked with and are like, oh, but this task is only taking me 5 minutes, so I can do 20 of them. No, okay. So I very specifically, very rarely do I do this, but I'm going to tell you, this is a guideline Here's because it's easy and it's easy to identify and calculate, right? For example, if I have to work on a report, I can kind of know to myself, is that going to take 1 hour or 2 hours, right? I need to write social media posts. Oh, that's going to take 30 minutes. So what we want to start to do is we want next to our tasks, we're going to actually add a tag that starts to identify the task time. Why this matters? When tasks have time, you can finally see what fits and what doesn't. If we add the task time, we can start to look at our day and be like, oh, I'm only going to do these 5 things. Oh, well, those 5 things are going to take me 27 hours. So what we're starting to want to do when we are feeling overwhelmed, we are not in control of our time. The easiest way we can take control of our time quickly is to begin to identify how long our tasks take. We already do this with meetings and trainings, right? They're blocked on our calendar for a certain period of time. It's that same mentality. If it doesn't have a task time, it does not belong today. This is going to be a challenge of mine to you. And I've had people who have told me, oh, I don't need to do this, Megan. And I will say without a doubt, every one of my clients who I've worked with, and this has been hundreds, every one of the clients that I've worked with, when they start adding task times to their tasks, it is a game changer because we then can identify how much time we have, what tasks we want to pick up, and how we want to schedule our day. So the first productivity shift that you really, really, really want to make in order to take time and control of your day, and in order to stop feeling overwhelmed, adding task time to your tasks is going to be a very huge opportunity. So what it's going to look like. So let's wrap this up and say, okay, productivity shift number 1, I want to add task time. So what you'll see right here is, for example, let's say I know I've got 5 tasks that I want to I have 5 tasks I need to complete today. I need to complete a status report, create Instagram, prepare for client presentation, purchase office supplies, and complete an online training. Those are the tasks I have to do today. So what you'll notice on the screen, what I've done is I've gone through and I have estimated task times for that. And what I notice is that that is about 6 hours worth of work to do. I also on my calendar know that I have 2 meetings for 2 hours, or I have meetings for 2 hours today, right? Adding task time allows us to get to a formula planning our day. Now, you know, I'm not a math person, but this is a good formula. What adding our task time, what it allows us to do is it starts to allow us to add a formula for our day, right? We're able to identify how much time do I have to work today? How much time am I going to work today? 2, how much meeting time do I have? And 3, how much task time? Now, we know that A is the daily time available. B plus C needs to be less than A, right? So our daily time available, if we're going to look at our meeting times and our task time, those need to be less than the time available. We can see immediately if we have this productivity shift, if we have this mindset shift of starting to calculate in our day. So that is why it is so important. And this is why my first shift with people is start adding task times, because it's going to give you awareness of how you are in the day. And if you're aware of that, and if you can start working at this formula of how much time do I have available, how much meeting and project time, the meeting and project time needs to be less than the time available. One thing I'm going to tell you, do not schedule 100% of your hours per day. Do not schedule 100% of your hours. You need to have a buffer time. And we all know that, right? We know something's going to happen. I know that if I schedule my day minute to minute to minute to minute, what's going to happen? It's going to fall apart. We don't want to do that. So we want to allow flexibility for ourselves. So we do not want to schedule every hour in the day. So all of that to say, my very first productivity shift is, in order to take control of your time, add task time to all of your tasks. Do it, try it, see the difference it means. Let me know, because I know, here's the thing. I believe in the process for you. I know it's going to work. So I think it's going to be great for you. Give it a try. All right. So that is productivity shift number 1. Where did my time go? What were my daily tasks, right? So productivity shift number 2, we're going to look at, where did my time go? I've got a quick assessment for you, quick questions for you to say, what is your daily control check? Are you in control of your productivity of your day? Now, I know asking, are you in control of anything, is a very challenging question. And I'm not meaning in the bigger life sense. What I mean is, when you think of your day, are you in control of the time, actions, activities, where you need to be and what you need to get done? That is what I'm talking about with control, right? So when we're wanting to look at that, let's do this. Let's start to ask, I've got some questions for you for your daily control check, right? So again, this time I'm going to ask 5 questions. I'm going to ask you 5 questions about your daily control check. Again, you are going to answer with either yes, no, or maybe so. So we're going to go through the 5 questions. Remember how many yeses, how many no's, and maybe how many maybe so's that you have. So the first question, again, this is your daily control check, right? For each statement, we want to know yes, no, maybe so. So daily checklist process. I have a clear daily checklist process, a running to-do list of stuff and things. Do you have a clear daily checklist process of things you need to do throughout the day? Yes, no, or maybe so. Question 2. I have one trusted task list. I have a primary task list where I keep my current actions and I review it regularly so I always know what's next. Yes, no, maybe so with your one trusted task list. Question number 3, email boundaries. I am in a clear and committed relationship with my email. We agree on what we meet and we agree on when we meet and how we respond. Do you have a good relationship with your email? Are you in a clear and committed relationship with your email? Yes, no, or maybe so. Question number 4, project tracking systems and review plan. I know all of the systems I use to track projects, and I have a defined schedule for reviewing and updating them regularly. Yes, no, or maybe so. And the 5th question, calendar reality. My calendar reflects not only meetings and other people's requests, but my actual plan for getting work done. Yes, no, or maybe so. Question for you, as we went through those and you were beginning to identify the yeses, the nos, and the maybe so's, these are the things, if we are able to take control of our daily process, our relationship with our email, and our calendar, it's going to be a huge game changer. So what we want to do, and what I'm going to ask you to do again, is to go back and ask yourself, right? So the question is, how are we going to use these results? So I just asked you about 5 different areas of your daily productivity. What were your no's? What were your maybe so's? And what were your yeses? When you start with your no's, they are actively breaking your day. So the things that you said no to, by you not doing them, they're breaking your day and making it harder. Just got to be honest with you. It's who I am. It's what I do. When you work on the maybe so's, now these will improve small systems, right? So that's why we want to focus on the no's. So let's look a little bit about what I mean when I say our second productivity shift is to have a daily checklist. Our second productivity shift is to have a daily checklist. This gives us daily control. What do I mean by that? What's really happening is if we don't have a daily process checklist, work is scattered across tools, tabs, mental notes, so nothing ever feels finished. If we don't have a daily structured checklist, things are going to be scattered, right? The shift. We want to use a short repeating daily process to check the places your work stuff and things actually lives. So what we want to do is with a daily process, what you want to do is you want to look at these 6 categories. You want to create 6 categories in your daily process, and you're going to look at them every day. So you want to identify what the stuff and things are that you need to check. So for example, the categories that I have are, what are your current tasks and actions? What are your projects? What are your email and messages? This means Slack, all of the messages and things. What are your project tools and tracking systems? And then what is your calendar? So when we just went through assessing our daily checklist and where we are, what we asked ourselves is, do we have each of these things accounted for? Again, what we're wanting to do with a daily checklist is say, where are all of the places that I need to regularly check? When you're creating a daily checklist process, you're writing all of those down. What are all of the email addresses? Oh, I have a Slack. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot I'm in a Discord channel now, right? You want to write down what are all the email messaging places. You want to write down what are all of the calendars. In 2026, we don't just have one calendar anymore. Oftentimes we have multiple. We want to begin to identify what are the projects we're currently working on. Where do we track the projects? Because the goal is once we've identified all of the assets for these 6 categories, we then have the ability to say, I know on a daily basis, my productivity checklist is that I'm going to check all of these at least once a day. Now, what we're doing here, and there are times when people said, oh, I could never do this, Megan, but you can. And what we're doing here is a couple of things. One, we're creating a repetitive process so that you know you are checking and touching all of the things you need to touch on a regular basis. 2, you're going to identify, do I do this the same time every day? Do I do this every morning at 8? Or do I do this when I need? And I will tell you, for me, I am a productivity flow person, so I can't have a set time of when I'm going to do it every day, right? With a daily process and a daily control, we are saying on a daily basis, I know there are things I need to check and address. One of the reasons that is the most powerful for this. Have you ever been laying down trying to go to sleep and in your mind pops, did I send that last report? Did I get that email? Did I check that? What we're doing right now is we are eliminating some of that mind cycling that happens in our lives by having a productivity shift of saying, I'm going to commit to one productivity process daily checklist where I write down what are my current tasks, what are my projects, what emails and messages do I have to check, what project tools and tracking systems, what calendars do I have to check. By having this all in one place, we are able to turn chaos into control. A simple daily plan and a simple daily process is going to turn your chaos into control because you've started to identify what is it that you need. You've started to identify and you're taking control. Are you starting to see with this productivity shift how it can improve your day? So what would a daily checklist process of you look like? So you would have a list of the categories, all of the things within the categories that you need to check and how long it's going to take so that you know. Personalized daily habits to take control of your productivity. When you take time to personalize them, it means you're connecting to it and you're more likely to do it. We know that the fact of the world is, a fact of life is, we have more to do than time in the day. Knowing that can add stress and we don't want it to. The reality is we want to take control of our day. And with these 2 productivity mind shifts, we're able to start to say, okay, how can I plan and take control of my day so that it is serving me and I am not serving it? What did I say there? How can I take control of my day so that my day is serving me and I am not serving my day? If you're one of those people that I just do what my calendar tells me, you're letting your day serve, you're serving your day. You're not letting it serve you. One of the things that we have known and why it is so important, and I harp on these, and in fact, I start with these when working with clients, when working with productivity clients, these are the things we start at. Why? We know a fact is 45% of our everyday life is habitual. We repeat the same tasks 45% of the day, which means about 11 hours of every day, we're repeating the same tasks, same activities, process, and thoughts. So if we're intentional to create habits you like and want to do, you're more likely to get them done. So that's why we've been talking about this. And that's why I want to talk and focus on the habits that we create. Habits come from mental shifts and putting action to those mental shifts. So the action that we're putting today is to look at what is your activity list and do you have a daily process? Why is this so important? Someone very wise once said, you get what you expect when creating a system. If you put half-ass effort into it, the results will be half-ass. That brainiac was Megan. I'm the one that said that because it's true. We get what we expect when creating systems. If we put a half-ass effort into it, the results are going to be half-ass. So that's why I talk about what are the shifts and habits and actions we can take to control our day. So here's my challenge for you. As every week, my challenge is that you're able to take at least one thing we've talked about and put it into your productivity habits, put it onto your task list. Today, it's literal, right? So your action commitment today, this week, I'm going to focus first on, for shift number 1, what is your time reality action you're going to take? What action are you going to take so you know the time that you have, your task time for each day? That is shift number 1 action. And shift number 2, what action are you going to take there for daily control? How are you going to create a daily process checklist so you know you're able to complete it? My question for you, what's one specific change you are willing to make? What is one of those specific changes? At the beginning of the presentation, at this show, I started by asking you, are you feeling overwhelmed? Does your calendar, your time, and all of those things, does that ever overwhelm you? Of course it does. It's life, and that's how we're going right now, right? There's so much going on. So the question is, what are we going to do with that overwhelm? And my answer for you is we're going to make 2 productivity shifts to take control of your day. You are going to make a productivity shift by adding task time, and you're going to create a productivity shift in mindset by creating a daily process, because these things are going to make your life more enjoyable so you're able to work smarter, not harder, and know actually how many hours a day you're going to work. I want to thank you for joining me today. I want to thank you for joining me to talk and think a little bit about productivity shifts we can make so that we're able to get more done. You have been watching me on Intentional Productivity Tips. Normally, I am here every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. You're watching me on USA Global TV and Radio's YouTube network. Please remember, like, subscribe, and check out what else is going on there. Also, I do have one exciting announcement coming very, very soon. We are going to, me, myself, and I, there is a new launch. I have a new website and services that I'm launching, so I'm very excited to share them with you. If you have any questions between now and when we meet next Thursday, please feel free. Be sure to connect and follow me on Intentional Productivity Tips on Instagram. You can always email me at hey@productivitymegan.com. I do want to thank you for being here and enjoying taking time to take control of your productivity. You're the only one that controls the time in your world. Make it work for you and make you happy. Here's a word from our sponsors.
In a noisy world, true connection begins with listening. Elevated listening transforms every conversation in just 5 simple steps. Pause and breathe. Set your intention. Listen with curiosity. Reflect back. Agree on one next step. Join the Listening Mentor on Let's Finally Talk with Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the Listening Mentor, where we help you find inner peace, one conversation at a time. Streaming every day, Let's Finally Talk TV show with Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, only here on USA, Global TV and Radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channels to watch and engage with all our content.
Get ready to wear the brand that's changing the world of media. Introducing the official USA Global TV and Radio online store. From our TV show hosts to our incredible global guests, you asked, we delivered. Rep your appearance with pride. Whether you've been on air, hosted a show, or tuned in, we have something just for you. Visit us at usaglobaltvradiosshop.myspreadshop.com and start shopping today. Check back frequently. We're dropping fresh new designs all the time. Showcase your role in our global community. These designs celebrate your voice, your story, your presence. It's more than just merchandise. It's a movement of hope, inspiration, education, and elevated listening. Head to usaglobaltvradiosshop.myspreadshop.com. Your spotlight awaits. USA.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.